Facebook, and it's a different thing. So I wanted to do a reading from my book. But before that, I wanted to see something that came to my mind. As you're going through illnesses and storms and disorders, or on and off meds, or trying new meds to find the right balance of things, if for any mental illness and things, whatever your brain is at the time is the way your brain's supposed to be. It's the brain that God gave you at that moment. He didn't say, oh, that's not the brain I wanted you to have when you were disabled, or that's not the brain I wanted you to have when you're sick. He still, every step of the way, it's still the brain God gave you. And with certain illnesses, like chronic illness like mine, when you go in and out of things cognitively and becoming illiterate, or things like that, or the autistic parts that come in, and not being able to really read a room or understand stuff, right? Especially when 37 years you had the ability to do those things. But as you're relearning everything, your mind is exactly the mind God wants for you. It's the brain that God wants you to have. You're always exactly where you're supposed to be. And that goes for mentally and emotionally and physically too, as long as you've surrendered to the Lord. So don't feel like, hey, I'm not in my right brain right now, or right body, or right mindset right now. You're always planted exactly where you're meant to be, and just meant to bloom where you're planted, with whatever that is you're going through. So today is August 1st, and the summer's almost over. Didn't get much of a summer, but there's tons and tons of summers in the future, and one day I'm gonna live down south, so I'll get plenty of summer. August, okay, sorry, I'm trying to find it. August, okay, August 1st. It's called More Than Meets the Eye. This is going to be a really short video because I'm not feeling great and want to get back to bed. I know it's easy to walk by sight instead of by faith. What you don't see seems so much more real than what... I'm sorry. I'm going to start over because I think I screwed that up. Yeah, I probably didn't. All right, retake. I know it's easy to walk by sight instead of by faith. What you see seems so much more real than what you don't. But the spiritual realm is just as real as the physical. Your humanness gets in the way of discerning spiritual realities. So you need to be continually connected to me through prayer to see them. I will give you this spiritual understanding. Ask and keep on asking. When you call upon me, I will answer. The Spirit will lead and guide you, teaching you things that you do not know. You will not always have a complete vision or full understanding, but I will lead you step by step. I want you to be at peace knowing that you are being led by my Spirit instead of making decisions based on your own finite knowledge, emotions, and desires. My guidance is a gift to you, helping you to avoid the pits of destruction. But you must come to me. You must pray and ask me to develop and increase your discernment so that you will have more and more peace. Things aren't always as they seem, so pray that I will give you revelation, and I will. Let those who are wise understand these things. Let those with discernment listen carefully. The paths of the Lord are true and right, and righteous people live by walking in them. But in those paths, sinners stumble and fall. That's Hosea 14:9. So I'm not going to do too much on this. I'm going to get back to resting, and tomorrow will be the first time I'm leaving the house. I left since Sunday morning. I went to church, and then I just left to get x-rays on my ribs. So I understand like how people get Stockholm syndrome, because Dante and Adam are gone like 90% of the time, because Adam's always working overtime and Dante has a million friends. So when they come home, I'm like, hey guys, you know, because they're the only human beings I usually see. Yeah, I see other people for a few minutes here and there, but that's like I'm alone almost always and never really interacting with anyone. So I get how even with Stockholm syndrome, how it works that they're just like even their captor becomes their friend because I don't know. I'm not well, I'm physically trapped in the sense that I can't leave the house or do anything, but I'm not trapped from God's work today because in bed I'll be working on day number 1 of my course. So I'm doing a 30-day healing thing, and it's a ministry course. And you go, you do one step of it each day for 30 days. And so today's number 1. So even in bed, I'll do that, and then I'll use some pens and paper to handwrite notes to keep that hand-eye coordination and remembering how to write and spell and understand words and read and all that. So building tons of neurotransmitters while I'm doing that and learning. So I'll be posting updates at the end when I finish that course. I'll tell everyone about it. But my daily updates, I'm just doing a quick video on my Facebook. But anyone can go on my Facebook. It's Ashley Brooks, Geneva, New York. And I'm just going to each day do a little bit of what I learned that day. Have a great day.